Over 26. This is
the Baga Podcast.
This is the Brunch Club.
Over 26. Welcome back to
The mics are closed.
Now, when you watch it, you'll understand.
What up, my name is Chaxy, the mastermind, your main guy, the Lord Chaxy, the beautiful Mariah is around, the amazing Mwass is around, the whole gang is around, episode 255. We are...
Mic check!
I bet I didn't hear you. We are...
Mic check!
There we go. I swear, if I hear Minister of Enjoyment one more time...
Intercontinental, gege, monumental, we gonna live forever, gege, drop another anybody wants to better,
I didn't even know that song is that long. Mina sianga to Minister.
Now we're listening to the remix. Okay, but
the
the remix isn't all that though. But Shali Poppy, king of
No, but
fucking
if I
Pluto,
hear that song one more time, bro, even if I'm in a club,
Yeah.
I don't think I'll leave the club because...
September 10th. Oh, Jesus, we'll need you for something small. All right? All right, Kundani.
Mas.
Everybody idea is a good idea.
On loop. We'll put it on loop.
Hey.
You know, I swore because actually, since we began, for some reason, my birthday has been around a recording day.
Yeah.
This year around, it's not for the first time.
Hallelujah.
Good luck finding me in Nairobi.
Oh.
I'm back to my old ways.
Okay.
You will never find me. Just so you know, first week of September, because I know you want to remember, we'll just record in advance. I'll be gone, bro. I'll be gone.
I don't care what song will be like at your number one at that point. We'll
Mas.
give Ojizo. In answer 17 seconds.
I think good thing is no one is going to remember because there's gonna be so many bangers before then. There's no way you'll remember this. Bro, I don't want to hear Minister.
We're in the ministry, bro. Accept.
Me, I have memory loss issues, but I'm counting on you.
I do not want to hear any ministers. My goodness.
We are deep in
Too
the
much.
Cabinet Secretary of
Like
Enjoyment.
that motherfucker even sneaked into the UNS over the weekend in Malindi,
As
bro.
he
I was like, hey, the
should.
minister is here. It's the UNS, bro.
I was waiting for you to be not entertained.
Oh my gosh.
Not this time.
Shout out to Shali Poppy, man.
I saw the video of I think I just have to play it. But you guys will hear the audio as usual. But the guys on YouTube will see the video. So basically, this is what this lady is saying.
Men these days are literally impossible today. I just asked this man, if I beat you, would you report me? And he said yes. What am I supposed to do with that? You're useless to me now.
I don't know. I hope the soundtrack won't have a problem.
Hope not. But that's valid.
If it does, basically she's saying that it's so hard to date men nowadays.
I agree.
Like, because you just ask the man, if I beat you, will you report
No,
me?
seriously.
And the guy said yes.
Kukweka tekea shingo ni kitu ya
Hey, tekea shingo, bro. You're ni assault.
Hiyo ni kitu ya kunisema.
You remember when like early TV days, it was cute at couples are arguing, alafu kaslap.
No.
They used to portray it as such. I'm not saying it's cute.
Which is this back in the days?
Did you have a TV growing up?
Oh. No. No, at some point, yes.
No, me, there's one I know, some Niger movie.
I was a bit grown about
this guy slapped the babe. And this babe is like, oh my gosh, you slapped me, you monkey. Then this guy goes, marry me. Yeah, madness.
Never let them know your next move.
That is very twisted, yeah. I think before October 29th, maybe like beginning of October, I'm literally just going to report my girlfriend in advance. Does it work?
I'm happy we've all clocked out of this conversation. When you're ready to go back to normalcy, hit me.
Okay,
up.
so if I took out the
How
date,
was your day?
Amazing.
Which day?
Reporting in advances.
Why are you giving him
You'll
airtime?
put it on her calendar. Utanipiga lini?
I don't know if I'll put it in a calendar, but I'll just... Can you imagine pulling up to the police station to be like, I'd like to report my girlfriend
A case in advance.
I'd like to report a case in advance.
No. Absolutely not.
You know, one day I'll be comfortable enough to just tufanye.
Like, let's actually go.
All these things are like, what if we could call a mganga? Twende.
Let's actually
What if we could go to a police station? Twende.
Be about
actually
it.
go.
Be
Let's
about
do
it.
But I saw, that reminds me, there's this 21-year-old who kidnapped her best friend Just to prevent her from going back to her ex.
Normalize. I actually posted that. Normalize.
Oh, you saw it as well?
I posted it on my
She
stories.
reposted it.
I was like,
Oh, then I think I saw
normalize.
it on the stories, I guess.
Normalize it. Normalize.
Good luck kidnapping me.
Bacha na Bev, kwa kidnap rahisi sana. Yes,
But, yeah,
we are not going back to exes. Let's normalize.
Why the gatekeeping? So you just let them go
No.
and find out. Sometimes you need to fuck around and find out.
You already did.
Oh yeah, true.
Again.
Let's not do it again.
See, you refuck around and you refind out.
No,
No.
Sam.
Absolutely
Just
not.
tell this. We are recording. This is literally live on the pod. You can say hi to checkmates and then I'll call you back.
He's so official. Like,
Sam is so official.
It sounds like a Monday morning email.
I know.
literally.
I hope it finds them well.
Just say nicely without being official. Okay, just say Minister of Enjoyment.
Okay, add some fun to your voice, Sam, please.
Hey, it sounds like a government email now.
We'll call you back.
Not even a internal memorandum.
Is it-
Like, sir,
That is the full name for memo.
yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think memo stood for?
I don't know.
Mimosas.
I was like, I like this company already. Put the me in mimosas.
Episode title. Mimosa.
Mmeamka side gani ya kitanda leo?
The best
Mimosa
side.
is wild.
The best side.
Mimosa sounds like something I'd name samosas that have mimosas inside.
They have what?
Mas.
I'll get back to you.
We'll take it back again from the top.
It's a samosa
That has a mimosa
That has a
inside.
mimosa.
with a mimosa.
So you'll call it?
Yeah, mimosa.
It's mimosa. That's why we are not good at coming up with business
That is
ideas.
the
That's why
dumbest
you need
thing
to tell
have
us.
ever said.
I don't know why I'm
you
encouraging
sure?
this guy. Wait, what is happening to your uncle, Shannon Sharpe? Are you guys not related?
Where?
Are you not related to half the universe?
I'm sorry.
Like if you take a guess between the
Yeah.
three of us, who would randomly
Yeah.
be related to
Education.
Onyancha, that blood sucker, who would you
Miss
pick?
him kissing.
You would find the
Even in
Regardless.
the next life.
you would find the
never.
shortest chain connector.
No.
Yeah.
Like, well, like it's you, Sabato.
Absolutely. Sabato, make another video. Thank you. You know what I'm talking about.
Make more videos. We don't mind. Please. What is going on? So he's being sued. Let me find. Just a scientist. Just go, take it away as I find it. I'll find it.
From what I know, is there's a 19-year-old girl.
No, she's 21 now.
She's 21 now.
But she was 19 when they
At the
met.
time.
Uh-huh.
And he's 56. That means the girl was. No, that means the girl is. That means he was 54.
4 when they met. Still
Yeah.
old.
Hey,
Anyway.
that math has a bird you.
It was not even the math.
Who knew him say 1
Abe,
+ 1 calculator?
Ebu ambia check me see your vote. Let us just redo that vote. Let's.
Don't let me get to a
Please.
bear.
Chaxy,
Anyway.
56 minus 2, that's 42.
Hey. That's 1916.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
So yeah, apparently some sexual assault allegations. I saw some messages that she had sent to him. Something about I asked you to use a condom and you didn't, and I asked you not to penetrate me anally and you did. No means no,
Anally.
Shannon. Yeah, no means no, Shannon.
So
Then-
where did you see these messages?
let me show you.
My screenshot was
Like who posted? Shannon?
Let me show
Because
you.
Shannon posted. Shannon, I don't know if it's the lawyer or him.
Let me show you.
Posted some conversations that they had, but only they're all one-liners, and it's only what the babe was saying. So we don't see what
He
Shannon was
responded
saying.
and said, "Can I call you later?" Hold up.
50 something.
So as Auntie gets that,
Here.
huh?
So the blues
No, just go,
are
just go,
hers.
just go.
Okay, so the blue. This is from this babe.
What is the source from? Just the main reason I'm asking about the source is that if
Credibility.
it's lies as well,
Yeah.
Hold up.
it's not like we're the ones reporting it.
Okay.
We're just covering a story. Yeah.
So Leah, this is from Glock Topics.
Sounds fabricated.
No, it's actually okay because there's other pages that have posted it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So from that source,
yes.
uh-huh.
So these are some of the messages, and this baby's like, "But I cried when you left because I begged you to put a condom on and not put it in my bum, and you didn't listen. I don't care what our history is. No means no, Shannon. Next text is, I don't know how to process this. And he texts back and says, can I call you later? Then there's other messages, of course, of her saying, I want to be abused, daddy. I want like some hardcore BDSM action, though. Another one says, I want you to tie me up like this and abuse me, daddy.
What a freaky ass 56-year-old.
Then there's like audios.
This is how you guys text.
Bro, there's audio. I don't know how the audio. I don't know if the audio clips are legit,
Bro,
though.
if this is texting, and have you seen how built that nigga is? The sex has to be aggressive, bro. This is definitely like, have you ever seen gorillas fuck?
You have a point.
Neither
though.
have I.
No, but you do
That
get
is
a
the
point.
most random question
Neither
I've
have
ever been
I.
No,
asked.
but
Yeah.
you do get a point, though. Yeah.
And he definitely makes sounds.
You remember the leaked sex tape, the one that he claimed
The
he
Michelle
didn't go?
one.
Yes.
When he went
He
live.
leaked himself. Yeah.
Nigga
Anyway,
is
so I
weird.
asked ChatGPT to summarize what Shannon is being accused of and what he's being charged with. So there's actually two of them.
Damn.
Let me just give me a sec. All right, so there's a $50 million civil lawsuit by now this babe, the Jendo. Wait, I got her name somewhere. So her name is Gabriela Zuniga, who's now 21. $50 million, bro. So a woman identified as Jendo, that's how she was filed until Shannon's lawyers revealed her name, has filed a civil lawsuit in Nevada accusing Sharpe of sexual assault, battery, and emotional abuse during their relationship from the late 2024 to early 2025. She alleges that Sharpe, the R word, distributed explicit videos without consent and threatened her. Sharpe denies these claims, asserting the relationship was consensual and labeling the lawsuit as a shakedown. I saw the video he posted. So because it's remember that lawyer who's just been
Tony Busby.
So because it's Busby,
Guys are a bit
skeptical
What, is he like controversial, Amma?
Yeah, he's the one who had the Jay-Z case too.
that got thrown. Remember, so he's
okay.
basically the guy. So in a nutshell, what they do is sometimes they'd find people who are how do I frame it? Like they'd find an actual situation. Maybe could be true, could be false. But then they would find other people to file lawsuits because they know that some people will settle out of court.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because some people don't want this to go to the press. Because already going to the press, it's already done enough damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So because
So
of the
basically
court
this
of
is like-
public opinion, some people are like, you know what, I'll settle. So basically, Busby has been accused so many times of
okay.
that. Like literally, even Jay-Z. See, Jay-Z is the one who decided to go public with it. Like, yo,
Yeah.
me, I'm not going to entertain this,
Yeah.
and I'm going to file back.
Yeah.
So they literally ask you to pay a certain amount of money. In exchange, they won't go to the press.
Yeah.
Then if you refuse to pay, they go to the press, and then
It becomes a whole situation.
it becomes a whole thing. Yeah. So that's why he's calling it a shakedown.
Okay. Got you.
Yeah. Then the second defamation lawsuit by Michelle Bandy Evans, who's Sharpe's ex-girlfriend. Michelle Bandy Evans filed a $4 million defamation lawsuit in 2023. Oh, okay, this is
For that tape.
She alleges that Sharpe the R word her in 2010 and later threatened her to keep silent. Evans claims that Sharpe's public comments about their past relationship have damaged her reputation. Sharpe's legal team dismisses these allegations as baseless and opportunistic. So what I don't know is how that case transformed, if this is 2023. But also, so my question would be, so Sharpe and the team tried to settle this before it became
Yeah, and
public.
that's the part where I was like,
For 10 million. But I think,
this babe refused.
yeah, this is before it became public. I think I look at that in two ways. It's possible that somebody wanting to settle Chinyamaji could be admission of guilt.
Guilt, exactly.
But that's not always
case,
true.
yeah.
Because if you're a celebrity, someone whose career is literally just skyrocketing like Shannon Sharpe,
Yeah.
you already know what the R thing can do to your image.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to some people, it's never like an admission of guilt. It's just more like, you know what,
Protecting.
Protect your story.
I want to protect my brand. Let this, of course I know you're taking advantage of me.
Yeah.
We'll sign legally to show that I actually paid for it so you never come back to me again for more money. But it's more like, let's keep this under the wraps. I don't want this to go to the press. So I don't think it's necessarily an admission of guilt all the time.
Yeah.
But also it could be an admission of guilt. Like, oh, I fucked up. If you want 10M, if you want money, here's 10M, and then the
Yeah.
baby's like, I want 50. So we don't know.
Crazy.
Yeah, but I think as of yesterday, he's stepped down from ESPN.
ESPN, of course, he has to.
Yeah, but I just I don't know, bro. I just don't know about a 56-year-old and a 21. A 19-year-old when you're
math is not
54.
mathing,
19.
bro.
It's crazy. That's like a
madness.
30-year difference.
Mr. Minister of Enjoyment, you can't do math.
What is 54 minus 19? How do you approach that? Do you do 55?
genuinely.
55 minus 20.
No, but genuinely speaking, bro, at 50 plus, I think it's a bit gross. I understand the whole sponsor thing and whatnot. It happens, and mostly, of course, there's a lot of like uni babes who would be this age. And I see why it's become a thing online. Because, I mean, everyone is talking about soft life. No one is talking about putting the work. Everyone sees that there's easier ways to get a softer life, especially for women. But at 50 Mwass, I swear if at 50 you're just
Scrambling for the same babes as your children is honestly
I don't know, bro.
disgusting.
50 if you see me with a 19-year-old, that's my daughter.
Well, not
Facts,
Shannon.
yeah.
But also, this babe is an OnlyFans babe.
Doesn't matter.
I didn't say it matters. I'm saying in terms of, okay, we'll get back into the whole the BDSM, and we'll get into that because that's partly what has been largely quoted by everybody.
And the race that he's into, he has a racism kink.
I don't know, his daughters are black.
No, like he has a racism kink. Like apparently he likes like when this baby is calling him like the N-word.
This baby's white.
Yes, a snow bunny.
Snow bunny, that's crazy. So if she's an OnlyFans girl, from that perspective, if she does this for money, I'd see why she should hook up with dudes maybe this age. Because at some point it's her business, so it's whoever is willing to pay and if she's willing to do it.
Yeah.
But if she was like not an OnlyFans girl, Nini, then basically you're just looking at someone who's looking for a blesser.
But either way, still frowned upon.
Yeah, like it's just, bro.
A freaky old 50-something-year-old, bro. They're all playing.
No, the audios are the ones that sent me.
There's audios.
There's some audios I had. It's like, big black nigga chokes white girl. I'm like, no, sir, no, absolutely no, no.
Guys, can you please have all these wild bullshit things now, bro? You can't be 56.
Imagine.
You can't be 56 and
What's the cut-off age?
Definitely, 50, dude. You're literally a pensioner. Like, stop it.
Because you see, okay, think about this. If this was like a 40-year-old babe, a 30-something-year-old babe,
that's more your range.
Okay, to like you freaky ass old people.
Yeah.
You get it's more your range.
I just think, but if you're almost clocking 60, this should not be what you're into
honestly.
on a daily. Maybe
Cheza golf.
I don't know, man. Find a hobby.
Focus more on your podcast. Like, use that, pump that energy into more things other than
So
little
24
girls.
hours in a day, 2 hours on the record. Now I have
I just
22
said that.
hours.
Now 22 hours. No, he does a bunch of shows because he has his pod, he has the sports pod.
Yeah.
He
He's
has
a busy man.
He's a busy man.
Na bado anapata time.
Imagine.
Yeah, but I mean that's why most of these guys just date these OnlyFans girls and whatnot. Because I mean he's
quick
busy,
access.
but also he's very wealthy. Money gives you access, bro. Money means I'm busy, but I can fly in someone now.
Yeah.
Money gives you crazy levels of access. I just feel like if you're 50-something,
Stop it.
19-year-olds, early 20s,
Let
come
it
on,
go,
bro.
man.
Just let it go.
I'd rather find you knitting in your house.
Honestly.
You give us Christmas sweaters.
No, I want him to keep doing his stuff because clearly the BDSM, the role playing, that is his thing. That's fine. I'm just saying, leave the 19-year-olds.
Yeah, leave the kids, bro.
Okay.
A 50-something-year-old. Have you seen what
That's
Shannon
old
looks
enough
like,
to be
bro?
your child. Like, stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, I don't think I just don't see myself being 50-something. And
Messing
it
with
mess it,
19-year-olds.
yeah, it's just hanging around you. So you look
Already right now, guys who are 5 years younger than us wametupita na like even the way they speak.
Easy.
Yeah.
Unaambiwa skidi papa uko like what?
Type shit. Oh, Lord. My mind would explode.
Oh my goodness.
this one I have to get. I think that would be a nice segue to do Kanye.
What?
I literally have to get the lyrics to that song. So Kanye West, yes.
Are we going to talk about Gold Digger again? Oh.
See cousins.
Oh.
Cousins.
You didn't see the story about
Wait,
cousins?
you don't
What internet have I been on?
Should I read him the tweet?
But I haven't been online a lot this week.
So basically, Kanye dropped a song called Cousins. So this is verse 1 of Cousins. Okay, so I listened to the song. And we'll discuss everything else. I'm like, there's so much to talk about, but we have to
Yeah.
but we have to admit it's such a bad song. Like the song is so terrible.
Are you talking about
Umi had a
quality wise?
teaser.
You've not heard the song?
No, I don't
Bro,
even
we
think
should
I want
play it.
to.
So basically, this is verse 1. Kanye goes, hanging with my cousin, reading dirty magazines. We seen 2 N-words kissing. We ain't know what that shit mean. Then we start reenacting everything that we had seen. That's when I gave my cousin head, gave my cousin head, gave my cousin head, I gave my cousin head. I gave my cousin head. I saw you outside again, just hanging out with a friend. Verse 2. And I know this N-word's about to judge me now. And I know this N-word's about to judge me now. Started off when we was hanging out. Told my cousin not to tell nobody. Please, no, don't tell nobody. Please tell me to take it to the grave. Truth will set you free someday. I don't think they understand that I'm not attracted to a man. And then the hook, nitros don't help me. It just put me in a trance. I'm talking about euphoria. I'm not talking about a man. Told her, don't leave me because I need you by my side. As long as you don't leave me, then I'll probably be all right. And that one time that you left me, I didn't get no sleep that night. Then repeats.
Is this like part of his game plan? Because every time he does something dramatic, there's like an album or an EP coming.
Hey, but this is a bit.
Where do you draw the line with Kanye, honestly?
Hey, this one, apana.
Is it inspired by true events? Or
Then,
left that to the judgment of whoever's listening?
Yeah, because hey, it's a lot.
So what Kanye posted?
Squeeze it into a yeah.
Yes. Yeah, posted. So he doubled down. On X, he said, this song is called Cousin, about my cousin that's locked up in jail for life for killing a pregnant lady. A few years after I told him we wouldn't look at dirty magazines together anymore. Perhaps in my self-centered mess, I felt it was my fault that I showed him those dirty magazines when he was 6, and then we acted out what we saw. My dad had Playboy magazines, but the magazines I found in the top of my mom's closet were different. My name is Ye, and I sucked my cousin's dick till I was 14.
Who's older in this context?
Yeah, so that's what I want to know. So what are the issues here? Is the issue that he's a man, you expect him to be a straight man, and he's saying that he sucked his cousin's dick? Is it because they were all kids? How old is the cousin? Do we know?
He said showed him the
When he
pictures
was
when
6.
Yeah, but he said
Till they were
he sucked
14.
until he was 14. It says...
So they could be the same age.
That's what I'm asking you. So is the issue that because they're kids, or is the issue because they're dudes? So my name is Ye, and I sucked my cousin's dick till I was 14.
So that
it
means
he
they're
was a
practically
kid as
the
well.
same age.
Yeah, so...
Okay, it's safe to say they were both young.
Maybe age mates.
Yeah.
Of course, So now, so that's what I'm asking. Because also, my assumption would be, if the cousin was older, then this is Kanye getting abused.
But it's still abuse regardless.
Yeah, definitely.
But what if they're both like 8, 6?
It's
like
still abuse.
That's what I'm asking.
It
But
still
between
is.
minors, like
Yeah, it still is.
in what sense?
yeah, tell me in what sense.
These are
Between two
literally
kids.
2 kids who don't know.
So 2
anything
kids
about
who
anything.
literally have come across magazines
Yeah.
that are owned by their parents, and because they don't know any better, they're kids. They decided to act out what they were seeing. Now, if the cousin, so what if the cousin was a girl?
Still.
It's such a weird web of confusion because there's the whole minor issue, the minors, the cousins, and then there's
The men.
Yeah, it's like a whole. Hey, bro, it's a lot. It's a lot
Okay.
to.
Is it even as ignorant as a kid, maybe at 6-year-old, would you suck your cousin's dick? As a straight person?
What do you want me to say?
Guys, we are trying to discuss it. You guys are just not saying much. So I'm trying to just get to the bottom of it. So they are minors, yes, but also there's 2 dudes. So part of the internet is torn between like, okay, so is this guy bi? Is he gay? Like what exactly is the issue? Like how could you be a man? when you did Kalongo, it never got to man to man. You know, when you did Kalongo, you knew that you know I'm a man. And I'm assuming...
Yeah, imagine it's a real thing. Child-on-child sexual abuse. It's a real thing.
We didn't say it's not abuse, but we're saying they're also kids. It's different when if Kanye was an adult doing this to a kid.
No.
That's different.
Or even considerably older. Like if he was 16, doing it to a 6-year-old.
That's definitely.
Yeah. But you can't tell me we are all for. We are reading, we were looking at Playboy magazines and acting what we're seeing. But we are all for. We are all the same age.
No.
Okay, you tell us.
How I see it, there's always that one who'll always like reel the other one in. Mm-hmm. There's always one who's bound to be the bad one.
It's not all that. It's not.
That's
always.
what I'm saying.
Kids can have the same interests.
Yeah.
You can't tell me when you find two kids playing, it's always the idea of only one kid.
Didn't you just hear the part where he said, I'm the one who showed my cousins these magazines?
Yeah, because he had the magazines. They had magazines. So if it's like saying, I went to my cousins to watch TV because they had that TV.
No, that's what I'm saying. My thinking,
Yeah.
I feel like he's the one who sparked the interest in these kids. You know, like, if you don't show a kid something, most of the time their minds are blank.
But they're all kids.
I think the question...
Which is fine. But if your mind is blank, my mind knows there's a magazine.
Yeah.
I come with this magazine and I show you. That's me reeling you into something.
So how does that move from curiosity to abuse?
Yes. And especially when all of them are minors and they're all age mates.
Well, you're not practically clueless because you've seen something.
At 6, I would say, like, for example, 6-year-olds have not...
They are very... At that time, kids are sexually curious.
But not at
sexually curious, but they've not had, like, sexual education, or they don't have enough information to decipher what's going on.
Not at 6 in the 90s. It's different when a 6-year-old now because there's everything everywhere online.
Even then.
It's not the same, man. You can't tell me that you have the same exposure to sexual content now. It is the same as in the 90s.
Yeah.
In the 90s, you had to find magazines and not everyone had these magazines.
Yeah.
Right now, kids have phones, bro. The internet is open. The level of exposure is not the same. Even kids now, in terms of level of information, we don't have the same level of information. Kids are more exposed, which is just a fact.
I don't agree with you, honestly. I don't.
You don't tell me. You think
in this particular case, you think there's a victim? And
yes, absolutely.
You don't see two victims.
Two kids. You don't see two victims.
Nope, absolutely not.
So at what point?
Because there have been situations where you'll see, like, there's an innocent child.
Yeah.
Someone will just come and be like, "Oh, let me show you something," and next thing. You introduce them to something, now it becomes a thing where they do together.
But my thing
That's
is,
what I'm saying.
they're all kids.
Even the one, even the one who's
I have
doing
not
the
refused that
introduction,
both of them are kids.
Yeah.
But there's always bound to be the one that will reel another child in.
Even the reeler does not understand what's going on.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
They're just curious.
And that's why you keep circling back to their kids. If it's an adult doing this to a kid, it's different because an adult knows things. And you have information and you know things. But at 2 6-year-olds,
2 6-year-olds
who grew up in the same neighborhood, have the same level of access to information and things.
We can agree to
It's their
disagree.
mind becoming curious in this thing and then their body having a reaction that feels pleasurable and fuels the curiosity. I think there's a lot of innocence around that.
But also we have, bro, so if this is 6 till 14, this is around 8 years.
Yeah.
8 years of sucking dick even as a kid, bro. Do you think that's normal?
It isn't.
It's not.
Can we move on?
It's so fucked up. It is very fucked up. But even him saying that the magazines, because now the dad had magazines and then
that's the part where I didn't understand. He says his dad had magazines, but his mom had other magazines. So the mom was always keeping the
gay magazines, basically. Like there were sexual magazines from the dad until they discovered the mom has
For dudes.
magazines. Yeah.
Cool.
It's very fucked up, even just in terms of the environment which they grew up. And that's why different times need different tools, especially for kids to grow up. But then the context could almost be very similar. Of course, nowadays, porn is more accessible.
Yeah.
There's no way a 6-year-old at that time you'd go buy porn legally. Unless you'd steal a magazine from someone or you just have just a weird guy who'd sell you a magazine. Right now, they don't need even money, bro, to access porn. So that's what I'm saying. In terms of levels of access, it's definitely different. And it's just going to keep getting worse.
Yeah.
But this is, I'm just looking at it as two victims. I know you can frown upon Kanye because of everything's done, but also when the truth is just the truth. Also, he was a kid and he's also a victim of it.
But do you think...
And he didn't choose
in this time
to see magazines
in this
like
time
this.
and age, at his level of understanding everything, why would he put out such...
Because Kanye wants the most talkability. Kanye is about Kanye. But also, Kanye has always spoken about his porn addiction. All his music catalog is about porn addiction. I think I even have... Actually, remind me. I saved this. Bro, I even saved this clip of Kanye talking about porn. But Kanye sings about porn. All his songs is about porn addiction. His career is just about porn.
Even in the documentary,
yeah,
there's a scene where he goes to actually buy the porn.
The Playboy magazines, yeah. But Kanye, porn is not a new thing to Kanye. Kanye has always talked about his porn addiction even through his music. He's talked about how he struggled with porn, but he didn't choose to. He was just a kid who found this around them.
Yeah.
It's like okay, this is Kanye. I found the video.
Playboy was my gateway into full-on pornography addiction. My dad had a Playboy left out at age 5. And it's affected almost every choice I made for the rest of my life from age 5 to now having to kick the habit. And it just presents itself in the open, like it's okay. And I stand up and say, it's not okay.
Yeah, that's from an old interview. So sometimes Kanye is also a victim. And the fact that he's a kid, if Kanye said he was sucking his cousin's dick and he was an adult and that was a kid, for sure, that's a big problem.
Yeah.
But this is, two kids who genuinely need help. And, I think the weird thing with Kanye is as much as it's attention seeking, it's just that at some point, I think he needs help.
Yeah.
He has all the resources he needs, but also he's broken so many bridges of people who could genuinely be there for him. And you can clearly tell now he's just super paranoid. He can't even be in the same place. Yeah. It's gotten to the point where I think even the people who could have genuinely helped don't want to be around Kanye. So it becomes harder to get help. But that one was a shocker, bro. Yeah. That one was a real shocker. But that's what I was telling you that Kanye has been a victim of porn for a long time and he's publicly spoken about it for a while. So this is just new information that, okay, me and my cousin, we just used to...
That's what I find it hard to believe, or rather, accept why would someone do with all this information he has, all the experience, all the people around him, in this day and age, put out a song like that, knowing it would spark this conversation. Yeah. How selfish do you have to be?
I don't think, honestly,
if it's about talkability.
We can look at it like that, but then again, this is a real issue, and it's a thing that many people don't like to talk about, because someone was saying, if you really dig deep into cousins and whatnot, these things really happen, and it's just that many people don't like to talk about
it. But is this the route to go around it?
That's what I'm saying. You can look at it from two different lenses. There's a lens of Kanye, you're too big to be talking about such stuff at this point in your career and this point in your life. But then again, there's the lens of this is real issues. Talk about it.
My issue is not even him being too big to talk about it. Was this the best approach to go around it?
That's the thing, though.
Yeah. So, but then maybe the other question would be, he's a musician, right? And you expect that you'll hear this through the music. His main source of expression is music.
Yeah.
But it's just that it's Kanye.
It's Kanye, that's the thing.
And there's different ways to approach. I'm not saying that the problem is him singing about it. Rappers have had traumatic pasts, whether it's drugs or sexual abuse or trafficking or whatever. There's the way they address it. Even the gangster rappers and how they sing about their experiences in the streets. It's not usually this deep and heavy.
Kanye is Kanye, bro. Yeah. But the reality is, Kanye definitely loves attention, so he'd do whatever it takes just to have attention. Yeah.
Do you find it selfish?
I think...
No, that's his truth, though.
It's his truth, but this is clout over trauma.
Yeah. Bro. Literally.
At whatever cost.
At whatever cost, yeah.
Yeah.
He'll go to whatever lengths. Bro, Kanye, even at the expense of his own kids, bro.
Yeah, it's some
his own kids. Sasa a cousin mwenye amekuwa sijui locked up nini.
For life.
You're so disposable to Kanye, bro. Very. You know what I mean?
Fumba fumbua, you're the next song.
I swear.
I'm struggling with it because I've been a Kanye fan through
forever. Me too. That's why I'm just like, this new era, let me just not connect.
Even the middle era was crazy.
The Life of Pablo,
hiyo ni ya drugs. Ile ya kuokoka pia ilikuwa crazy.
All those albums I have.
It was like album number 1, you were like, oof, hey, this guy. Album number 2, album number 3. 3, you're like, album number 4, uko.
Okay.
Now you're like, I sucked my cousin's dick.
I'm like, I genuinely would have given this song a slight pass if it was banging.
It's us.
If the song was literally banging, huh?
I haven't listened to it.
Well, I don't even think I'm going to.
so
Call it
bad.
yours. Let's say if you didn't understand English, would you jump to it?
No, totally it's bad. It's very bad.
Vile tunakuanga tu hapa, hi.
Nah, fam.
It's not a good
Indian
song.
house music is the mania addiction.
Absolutely not.
Kibanja, what is going on?
Warembo ni wengi is all I gotta say.
Me, I'm still shocked in this day and age that people think because you're beautiful, you
You
be
can't get cheated on.
Bruh.
And those, first of all, I think I don't think my issue with this conversation was this guy cheating or doing whatever. My issue was with the comments from babes talking about ati kama Kibanja anachitiwa ati sasa mimi. I'm like, are you normal?
A lot of what I saw online was what do men want? Yeah.
No, truly.
What do men want?
What do you really want?
Bruh. I like the assumption that
When
men
you-
cheat because you're so you're saying men cheat because you're ugly.
Nah, that's what I'm
Or
saying.
because
So
you're
now,
not good
so
looking.
guys are like, when babes are talking about ati kama Kibanja ati has been cheated on sasa mimi, I'm like, what do you mean sasa mimi?
You still be cheated on, bro.
Bro, like,
Yeah.
if he's a good dude, he's a good dude. If he's trash, he's trash.
And
That's it.
There's no win-win because even like if you're a babe and you find your guy with another babe who's hotter than you, then now it's become
You know, like this was one of those situations. Let's be honest. This baby's popping.
So she's hotter than Kibanja, is what you're saying?
No, she's popping. She's beautiful. Because normally, the conversation is normally you're supposed to be pissed because when the babe is not as cute as you are or probably not
Yeah.
to your standard.
Yeah.
but she's
You
peaceful.
get what I mean? Like this
how-
baby is cute.
But how-
So
but
everyone
how-
in the conversation was like, and it's a babe who's also fine. I'm like, what are you guys talking about?
So this is that fine for almost everyone agrees that you're fine.
Yes.
Because also beauties can be very subjective.
Yeah.
But there's those guys who are like, yeah, that's a very good looking person.
Well,
I just remember, I think but even you posted what do men want.
no, seriously, I was like, especially wajaka, si wakisi.
Aye, man.
Mimi nilikuwa
Yeah.
wababa wajaka
This
munataka.
is what is called narrowing down to that contact in your phone book.
Yes. Especially what
Do you want to know the truth?
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Because it has nothing to do with how. Also, I think we forget, and I'd use this just as an example for context. It's like you know when you want that Audi's GA5, how many X5, the one that you can't stop talking about,
SQ5,
the one that her ex, no, his ex used to drive. That's the one you want.
But the sportier version, the SQ5.
Okay, the
Na-
cuter,
na meninyima 5.6 million.
the cuter version.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mimi naweza kupea hiyo point.
I've told Mariah, nani kibai utanjazia tank at least for the first ride.
Mimi nitaijaza. You just know nitaijaza. What stands?
Anajaza kiti.
Nitaijaza.
Anajaza kiti.
You guys are not welcome to the car I can't afford.
So you get that car, drive it, and then you want something else.
Then one day unataka tu practice.
Not a practice. Now you want maybe a G-Wagon. You want something else, basically. There's nothing in this world that you'll ever want and achieve and not want something else. Human beings, naturally, we don't get satisfied. You can just decide to get comfortable, but we are not built to be satisfied with things, generally.
Yeah.
So, and this applies to relationships, to people. Because if the reason why you're with someone is because they look beautiful,
Yeah.
then
There's
I
always
promise
gonna be
you'll find
more.
someone who looks more beautiful,
Yeah.
and that means you will change your stance.
Yeah.
And just because you found the person that looks beautiful, the fact that you are with them now, it will spark your
Yeah.
curiosity when you
to
find
more.
someone else more
Facts.
beautiful.
So are we just built as humans where we can't be satisfied? Because
It's very hard.
Yeah. And
You
across
can
different-
decide to
Satisfied.
be
You can decide to be
content.
content.
Okay.
You can decide to
Yeah.
be content, but as human beings, that's the reason why you wake up every day, you grind. You know, you see someone has in your mind everything that you think
desire,
you
yeah.
desire, and you're like, why do they still hustle?
Yeah.
You look at the richest person in the world, you're like, why do you still
Why?
wake up
Like,
at 4 a.m.?
bro, why are you there?
Yeah, because
when I was headed home, I had an interesting conversation with the cow guy, and I was trying to tell him like at a previous place of employment, we used to get like really nice lunch, like buffet type lunch, and guys used to carry packed lunch. And then
From work.
Seriously, buffet.
and that guy was asking.
Shida ni content.
That guy was like, na ilikuwa chakula mzuri. I'm like, hey, it was really nice food. Like you get like options, chicken, beef, whatever. Na mtu anabeba tu dengu ya jana. And then said, we can't be helped as humans.
It can't. But also, that's what keeps, that's what keeps human beings. I think that's what keeps people alive. Unless you're just like a lazy person or someone who's gotten to the point where you're, what, I'm content with what I have and I don't want to strive anymore. But even within content, there's still limits. You still push content. I think content is just a desire to be like, I don't need to break my back. But, bruh, if the intention is, I married somebody because they look beautiful, then I promise you they want to look beautiful forever.
Yeah.
You'll find someone else who looks more beautiful.
But 4 months is a very short time to stop considering someone is beautiful. 4 months is a little too short.
4 months is just
1 year anniversary.
4 months is just marriage. How do we know how long they've been together though?
Yeah.
This is just marriage.
That's not the point. But
So what's the point?
What
That's
would be
the
the
point.
So you'd marry someone for their mind?
Huh?
No, they're just their spirit, their soul.
I think there has to be more
to it, honestly.
Like for instance, for you, okay, simple question. For you to decide I want to get married to one person, it means I've decided with myself that this is the person I want to stay with for maybe
they
for
fulfill you in a whole
until I decide otherwise.
To decide otherwise. Burudi.
Again.
What marriage is
But
the thing is, it doesn't have to be
a lift tunaenda alafu anachukua tu left
shukeni
until death do us part.
It doesn't have to be what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be until death. Like I'm just against the idea. I'm just against the idea.
Are we talking about the same marriage?
Kila mtu aketu peke yake. Hapo ndo mimi mmenifikisha. Everyone just stay alone.
All I'm saying is
amejigonga mara 3 Nicole.
Kila mtu aketu peke yake.
All I'm saying is you people decide whatever works for you. And I'm just against the idea that you have to feel that I have to be with someone forever. So that even if things are not working, I just feel like we need to just be forever, bro.
But isn't that...
Be with someone until when if it doesn't work anymore, it's fine.
Chaxy anataka marriage iko na live days.
No, still live days.
Chaxy ndio wale watu wa space. I think we should take...
You're making sense. But that is not marriage as we know it, as painted by society.
Yeah.
The structure of marriage as painted by society or as we know it is not what people are gravitating towards.
Exactly.
In our day and age.
Yeah.
So
because you've realized it doesn't work, bro.
No, but it's two-way effort. Chaxy, if you stop trying and I stop trying, it's done.
Okay, I did not say I'll stop trying.
Anyway.
See, that's fine. Okay, basically, in a nutshell, all I'm saying is don't be stuck up on the idea that, now because we are married and we genuinely want to be married now, 2 years from now, if that feeling changes, you don't have to be stuck there sad. That's all I'm saying.
But now that's the problem because we think it's a feeling. It's supposed to be an action because you're supposed to put work towards it. Like
so, and at what point did I say I stopped putting in the work? I'm just saying all of you can put in the work, but it's also possible you can outgrow each other. Because you're not going to be the same person now, 2 years from now. All I'm saying is it's fine to be like, my guy, this is not working.
No, but even through that change, you're supposed to keep because I'm evolving, you're also evolving.
Agreed.
So we learn how to love these new creatures that we're morphing.
So you'll force it to work.
Not force.
Okay, then we are saying the same thing. All I'm saying is it's fine. As we change, if it gets to a point where it just doesn't work for both of us, or even if it doesn't work for me, it's fine for me to come and say it doesn't work for me because of X, Y, Z. Okay, now, are we able to remedy this and make it work for us? Sawa, yes. Let's give it a shot.
I like how yours is a very ideal scenario that works.
Yeah. Anyway, kila mtu akae tu peke yake. Kila mtu akae kwao.
Watu wapewe live day.
Kila mtu akae kwao.
Unapatiwa 21 nuts a year, you can look for them elsewhere.
Bro.
You can go find them. Nah, I don't know, man. I'm just... I think that's why I just don't like this whole... rites of passage, the way it's just been defined.
Yeah.
Finish school, get a good job, start a family, get kids.
Retire.
That shit is boring, bro. Like, it doesn't have to be that way. Maybe it worked when it worked at a given time, but we also have to be...
And even now, it's working really well for some people.
Some people, absolutely. Yeah. Exactly, it works for some people.
I think just accepting that it's not for everyone.
Yes, but also when divorce rates are at 56%, come on, like, unless you are dumb and you don't want to accept, 56% is a high percentage, bro.
And those are the guys who could afford to get divorced.
And those are the ones we know and could afford. Bruh, guys have to re-examine the whole, especially the marriage thing. I promise you, just look into it. It's at the end of the day, it's your life, and we shall be here.
Yeah, kila mtu akae kwao. Mimi nishako kila mtu akae kwao.
Sasa mnatunyima sherehe. As we want a nyombo.
Nope. Nope.
And you went away.
Absolutely not.
I think I have not a different view.
Yeah.
I somewhat concur with what Chaxy is saying that people need to redefine what marriage looks like
And what works for them.
and what works for them. Because also I feel so many people have been caught up in these processes. Because there's a friend of mine from high school. I saw like on Instagram, a man and one of these Rora shows, I was thinking it was the final thing, only to realize it's 1 out of 7. I'm like, dude,
1 out of 7.
Why don't it like 7?
like there is an introduction of an introduction of an introduction.
Can I be their friend? Now everyone knows how to make us party.
So Nico, like, hey, my friend, I love the idea of companionship, but please on my terms. Yes,
On my terms.
Yeah.
because I can't be calling guys for 7 sherehes and you don't know what we go through, or what I go through to even get these things to happen.
But us will come.
I think, Auntie, I'll just say, in a nutshell, this is your own life. You can decide to follow what traditions what people have been doing, even if you don't understand why. Or you can just define your own life, because you're the one who will live it.
Yes, nimesema kila mtu akae kwao.
Well, you're the
Kila mtu akae kwao.
Next month.
Nyombo yetu.
Which month are we in?
Auntie, kwani umevuta anko kazi?
Inaitwa nyombo.
Nyombo.
Hey.
Nah, but you guys are not coming for the nyombo. You're just coming for the wedding.
Who said?
Who said?
You think we are Tafari at you don't want all 7? Hata kama kuna nyombo 2.0.
you guys are only
Tafari
coming.
didn't say he doesn't mind the 7. It's just not him. If
Yeah.
it's attending,
Like, poor, call
we
me,
shall
bro.
come.
I got you.
We shall
Kujaza
come,
tutajaza.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we
Yeah,
can
to
move
each
from
their
that.
own,
Yeah,
honestly.
what do you have unchecked? Before we talk about this UK rapper who got arrested in Kenya because of the cupboards and the kitchen and the tiles.
That was the most Kenyan looking house ever.
I swear, bro. So I have, as you get your checked.
Yeah.
So Abednego Mwamburi.
Aye.
Hey, what a name. Abednego Mwamburi tagged me on a screenshot online. So the screenshot is a picture of construction workers clearly covered in either dust or cement. So you can already imagine what they look like, right? And then the caption reads, so the foreman is asking, sikumbuki nikipea wazungu kazi. Then at PETA, which looks like an organization, I don't know what for.
The
next
animal
time,
one.
Animal, yeah, that one. Next time you think of eating a chicken, remember that they had a family just like you. At Faka Fires responded, that's why I always order KFC family bucket.
Okay, that's a good one.
Okay.
So this is a guy called Faded Abdul who says ati ngoma za Njerai hukuwa absolute garbage. And a guy called Njerai responded and said,
Really? Yeah.
and she said, I always sing for people with IDs.
Wow. Facts.
Yeah.
I hope one day we can have Njerai on the podcast.
I know.
I don't know. Like, I think it just got to a point where Njerai just makes such good music, bro. Oh my
she's
goodness.
dope.
She is so
dope.
amazing, man. She's so
dope.
talented. Shout out to Njerai.
So this is Iman Insights who says, my granddad's dementia is so bad. He's asked me if I have a job 10 times. 10 times, guys, I've had to admit that I'm jobless. Then Q Sada says he doesn't have dementia. He's just in disbelief.
That is
I like
crazy.
that one.
Oh my gosh. Last one. So this is a page called Raindrops Media One. So it's a video of a lady. She has a bandage on the face, and this is a Facebook post where she says, no. So the caption is, this is very chilling. This woman says she doesn't know what to write in her husband's obituary after he shot her in the face and he took his own life in a murder-suicide attempt. Then a mover of Goti says, write 1 nil. Yeah.
That one has over
Yeah.
me.
What do you mean? Okay, the smart ones. Clearly, Aber has taken over. He's okay.
Hey.
Mwangi, what you have?
Yo.
Sina checked. Okay, I haven't been
Okay.
online much, but I found this one a bit. I chuckled.
Okay, but I thought you said you were on TikTok the whole night. Is that,
So
is that
I
online?
have a comment on TikTok that ilinibamba.
And see, that's
It was
when you guys-
Or you are checked is just on X only when you go on X.
It's everywhere.
Okay, gotcha.
So
Oh,
the one on X was some guy called SJ Ndingro. I hope I pronounced that right. Alisema leo mimi ni kama sakaja kwa ofisi. Hakuna kazi nafanya.
No, for real. Kwanza alisema, did you guys watch his interview?
No, I haven't. But I want to watch it.
Yeah.
Saying apparently that once you guys see the dustbins in CBD, please vote for him. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go watch it.
Yeah.
Tafari,
And
you have a
this-
checked?
This one was the last one was a comment on TikTok because you guys like talking about my car or lack thereof.
Oh, you still have a car?
I'm shocked.
So someone said Mwangi anaendeshanga Toyota. Ameandika to.
That's fine.
It's called Jeffers. I was like,
That's fine.
where Jeffers
Bless
mali
him.
nakupata?
That's
Bless
fine.
him.
That's fine.
Naambia toka hapa.
So
Lord.
UK rapper suspect arrested in Kenya as reported by Nairobi Gossip Club. So a photo of our kitchen curtains and an oven led to the capture of UK rapper suspect, whose real name is Tariq Monteiro and Syed Mohammed in Kenya. They were hiding here after being connected to a murder in 2019. The image provided clues about their whereabouts, including the oven brand and tiles. The pair had escaped to Kenya after fatally stabbing a teenager, Alex Smith, during a gang conflict. They were later apprehended in Nairobi and sent back to the UK. Known as suspects and Swavy, they posted videos online mocking the victim, who was part of a rival gang, and celebrating his death. Monteiro and Mohammed have now been sentenced to a minimum of 24 years and 23 years respectively, according to My London.
Mbona mmoja alipatiwa 1 year less?
Maybe akusherekea sana.
But you know, I saw that photo online and I didn't get the context at first because I didn't read the whole story. But then it got me thinking. But when I was moving at that oven brand that has been tajwad there, I bought it when I was moving out because I just couldn't believe that it was that price.
Like cheap or expensive?
Cheap. Like you're looking at ovens, alafu uko like
And then you see it.
uko like 60k, 55, 16. Uko like,
7.5.
and then the attendants, I just like how attendants are kuangina information but they're vocal.
Yeah.
Hata hiyo inaweza choma nyama. like funga tatu. Because I didn't get the context. I was like, someone had taken the photo and then circled the brand logo in the most Mirema looking house I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that's Mirema for sure. Resambu, Mirema, Roaka.
Even
Hata Kile.
Kile, you'd be
It
surprised.
could be.
Yeah.
You never
'Cause
know.
some people have money, but taste-wise.
Tough.
You never go to apartments and it's so well done until you get to the finishing. And then you're like, wow.
What the hell is this?
One, what are these colors? Two, why are these tiles?
And why do you
Why?
Bro, when you go to the cabinets, is now when you lose it. And the choice of doors.
Don't even get me started.
I'm like, you built all this just to finish like this.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like my house. I really love my house, but I hate the tiles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll agree.
Yeah,
Mbona
tiles.
zimechorwa? Mbona tu chore tiles? That thing pisses me off.
So on Mind Check, bro, I came across this and I was like, damn, I need to research more on this. And then so I worked on it for some time and I think it makes sense now. So it's called the forbidden experiment. Question: what do you think would happen if a child grew up without a language, like in a complete isolation?
I'm trying to understand the question.
'Cause-
Haongei?
No, sit yaongei. Like if a kid just grew in isolation,
Like in the forest.
not in the forest, even if it's in a house, without like in a house, maybe they have food and everything they need, but no human contact.
Hey, that's a very...
I mean, because kids learn by observing.
Yeah.
Even languages, they pick
Interaction.
words, it's interaction. Now
Yeah.
think about what would happen to a kid if...
I like that we are living in a day and age where, because if you're in the 1700s, someone would have been, let's find out.
People have found out.
Yeah. And then
So it's called the forbidden experiment.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So now the Mind Check today is about the forbidden experiment.
I understand.
All right, so I'll get into it. So what if you raised a child in total silence, no speaking, no interaction, no language? Would they invent their own words? Would they be able to think at all, or would their mind stay blank forever? Now, for centuries, kings, scientists, and philosophers have asked one terrifying question: what happens to a child's mind if no one ever speaks to them? They called it the forbidden experiment, and some even attempted it. So, This is why language is essential.
Okay.
So language isn't just about communication, it shapes how we think, remember, and feel. Some theories suggest that without language, a person might not fully develop self-awareness, abstract thought, or complex memory. In other words, language might be the software that unlocks the human brain's full potential. This raised a haunting question throughout history. What is the default state of the human mind? Because if kids speak from interactions and what they're being told, so what is the default state? What is our default state without what your parents passed on you and the people around you, you know? So the first silent experiment happened in ancient Egypt, bro, by Pharaoh something 600 BC. So it's PSAMTIK. That's the name.
And it
It sounds like a spell.
I know. So he ordered 2 infants to be raised by a shepherd who was forbidden to speak to them. He believed the first word they spoke would reveal the original God-given language of humanity.
zake zilikuwa zimeshika.
But the thought process was like, if they don't have any human interaction, then if they ever speak, it has to be the God-given language.
Yeah.
Because these kids are speaking whatever language we are teaching them.
True.
And that's why if you literally took a 1-year-old to any country in the world, they'll grow up speaking that language.
Yeah.
So the children eventually uttered bekos, the word, which meant bread in Fijian. But I'm sure they had that from the shepherd or someone, you know. So he took this as proof that Fijian was the world's first language.
We alivuta papyrus mingi.
So, but when you look at the ethics, which were non-existent, this was basically psychological isolation of babies. So similar twisted experiments were tried by James IV of Scotland and Holy Roman Emperor Frederick II with children raised in complete silence. The result, some children reportedly never spoke a single word and died young from the lack of human connection. Now, in 1800, a young boy was found in the woods of France. He can't speak, wore no clothes, and had apparently lived in isolation for years. So they named him Victor, and he was studied by...
He was studied by the scientists.
Hey, now you see how the scientists
Shut your
found
mouth.
Victor. Hey.
Shut your mouth.
So named Victor, he was studied by Dr. Jean Mariah, scientist from CHEQUE, who
Shut the hell
tried
up.
to teach him language, empathy, and social skills. Oh, even empathy is something we learn. Bro. So despite years of effort, Victor never fully learned to speak, only managing a few basic words. His case became a real-life version of the forbidden experiment, offering a glimpse of what happens when a child misses the critical window for language development. And now the last one, in the 1970s, a girl known as Genie was rescued in California after being locked in a room by her abusive father for 13 years.
Damn.
She was tied to a chair, never spoke to, and fed in complete silence. When rescued, she couldn't speak, didn't understand any language, and moved like a wild animal. Scientists tried to teach her language, but she never fully recovered. Genie could learn words, but grammar, the structure of language was completely lost. Her case proved the existence of a critical period for language. If you miss it, the brain may never fully adapt. It also raised huge ethical debates about turning traumatized children into science experiments. So what we know currently, this is of course, just online. Children need language exposure by the age of 5 to fully develop linguistic and cognitive abilities. Without language, the brain prunes away key circuits, like deleting unused apps on a phone, literally. Early silence can lead to severe developmental delays, emotional detachment, and even neurological changes. Language isn't just a tool, it's the operating system of the mind. So closing thoughts on the forbidden experiment, it just shows us that language doesn't just help us speak, it helps us to be human beings. But at what cost have we chased this knowledge, and what does it say about us that we were willing to silence children to unlock the secrets of the mind? Scientists, bro.
Yeah, shout out to us.
Anyway, did you realize nowadays there's a punchline to end mind check? How many of you guys have never realized?
No.
Be honest.
Walai tena.
Okay, now this is mind check. Until next time, don't just hear the words, check what they build.
Hey. Shout out to ChatGPT for that one.
That one was mine. That one was mine. Yeah. Crazy, bro.
No, that's
like I literally
wild.
came across it, and it was just like someone literally asking, like, okay, so if you don't teach kids things, then what do they become?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, bro, I go online.
No.
It's an actual thing that exists.
Yeah.
That's really crazy.
Because I was like, okay, so what is their default state?
But even thinking about it, the second experiment you tajad, the California one,
Yeah.
saying they behave like a wild animal.
But see, him is in the forest.
No.
No.
This is the kid who was locked for 13 years in the house.
yeah.
Complete silence. Locked on a chair, bro.
I
Hey,
just
like, that's a
assume-
bit extreme. Locked on why?
What do you
13 years.
Locked on a chair for 13 years. Sawa. Hey, no.
Because that's basically like
That's
treating someone like a
torture.
pet
Yeah.
or like an
Yeah.
animal.
Yeah.
Because you're just feeding them, they're shitting, they're just staying alone.
No, for literally for survival.
Yeah.
Other than that, nothing.
is-
and
Yeah.
this is a mind that has not been fed. So I'm just curious, like, what are their thoughts?
What are
They have thoughts.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
the real
I'm
question.
sure they do have thoughts,
Yeah.
but what thoughts? It's crazy, bro.
Because now you can put 2 and 2 together because ile ni kiti, huu ni mtu. This is a
But do you
bottle.
even know Nikiti? That's the thing. Do you know Nikiti? You're not spoken to, you've not been taught anything, you know nothing.
Yeah.
So I think it would just be like the curiosity of a wild animal. Like you'd know, like, if I sit there, I feel nice. It's comfortable.
Yeah.
Literally.
Because even movement, you've not learned. Because kids will learn
How
try
to
to
walk
stand,
by,
stand, because
yeah.
they see and we have things like those 2 chairs that help them.
Yeah.
So if you've never seen that, you don't know how to move.
Might even
Should
be
you be
moving on
standing?
your fours.
You don't even know if your hands are supposed to be.
Oh,
it's
true.
insane, bro. Yeah. But the fact that scientists actually were like, you know what?
Let's
We need
study
to try
this.
this.
How many undocumented scientific experiments
Bro, I'm
do you
pretty
think
sure
exist?
there are
That's a
so
good mind
many.
check. That's a good
Yeah.
mind check. To find out how many, maybe, some the people found out later or
Yeah.
some that we can speculate.
How many pharaohs smoked papyrus and did things?
Anyway, lastly, so Radio Africa. Auntie, I think you have better context for the story. But
Yeah.
mine is just to keep saying. I started saying urban radio is dead, and I'll keep saying urban radio is dead because it actually is dead.
Yeah, I think, anywho.
Yeah.
So there's a mimosa.
Mimosa, if I may. Mimosa.
There was a mimosa that was posted yesterday.
Yeah.
Hold up. Wait, let me get it. So it was posted and it says, yesterday we made the incredibly difficult decision to let go of 27 of our colleagues. This was one of the most challenging moments in our journey. These individuals have been part of our team for many years, some for over 20 years.
Yeah.
Please note that this decision was not taken lightly. It was necessary to ensure that sustainability of our business while facing rising operational costs in a harsh economic climate. I understand that the current mood is heavy. I fully recognize the uncertainty that this may have caused. The restructuring is intended to stabilize our operations.
Yeah. So who's affected? Don't we know?
I would love to say it like yeah.
It's not public yet.
No. This was side juice. Nilipewa.
Yeah.
Side juice is great.
Side juice. So yeah, but I promise you, it's just gonna be people who'll announce, and I think everyone will just be very shook.
I'm just curious to know what's the next move with media.
Yeah.
From them. Because of course new media we're exploring.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of freedom of what we want to do next.
Yeah.
And
I'm just wondering, bro,
experimental.
genuinely speaking.
Yeah.
I think it just goes back to, of course, it takes so much work.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people who would be would build a podcast from scratch and be patient enough to wait because it takes so much time, so much money. It takes so much to build this. And there's people who are like, I'm just comfortable getting employed somewhere. Let me find a stable podcast and just get a job.
Yeah.
Same thing with radio. I just can't wrap my head around someone who's very experienced, they have a good audience, and you just still want to keep moving from station to station.
Yeah.
Fucking
At
just
this
start a
point,
pod, bro.
Build your own
Or
thing.
even just how it's evolving, because should we name stations and stuff?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so
If
nation.
it's the urban, name all of them. Because none of them make sense anymore. Name all of them.
I was having a conversation
It's the truth,
with
bro.
a friend of mine the other day, and I was just trying to wrap my head around a nation have fixing the nation. The morning, is it a morning?
Yeah, morning.
It's morning radio that's
Audiovisual.
recorded and
It's
on
not
nation.
live.
It's live and
live,
it's on TV and radio.
It's audiovisual.
It's a podcast.
It's on TV as well.
I was trying to wrap my head around it. So we are doing radio.
But it's also
We are sitting around with mics. There's cameras. It's also on TV.
And it's going online, the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's just a podcast.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a long-winded way of calling
forget
it
these
that.
frequencies and G channel 44. No one wants to. Tafuta channel.
Hey, who
44,
hurt
bro.
you, bana?
Najua nani alimtuna.
Tango audition.
Tango audition. Let that shit go, bro. Let it go.
We need to go back to day one ya KU Radio. I need to listen to KU Radio episode 1.
It's
Nisikie matusi. Ulidhania tutakuwa onea.
This is rejection, please, bro. Let it go.
It's not rejection. It's just being honest. No, it's just looking at people getting stuck to a thing that doesn't work. And I'm like, all of us can see it's not working.
I wouldn't say it doesn't work. I just think the biggest problem now is that mainstream media doesn't want to conform to the new way of media.
But it's not now.
It's also
That's what I'm
been
saying.
like
They
that.
don't want to conform. So you can clearly see
But also,
there's a proper divide.
Yeah.
Let's not assume like transitions like those are easy. Because keep in mind they exist within very strict formats.
Let me ask you, why was radio very powerful? Let's begin by why. And then we see if those same reasons hold water up to
Because
date.
at that time, there was no alternative media wasn't that huge.
That's
so
not why.
Repeat your
That's
question.
not why. Why was mainstream? Why was radio? Let's pick even urban radio. Why was urban radio very popular and like the number one source of entertainment generally?
Okay, you tell us.
A few things. One, news. That's how you'd find out what's happening.
Yeah.
In real time. Because even if you're the guy for buying newspapers, whatever is happening today, you have to wait
tomorrow.
until the
Yeah,
following
tomorrow,
day.
yeah.
But radio, there's programming throughout the whole day. So if something happens now, the guys who are on
It's
air now
timely.
will cover it.
Yeah.
So through the day, you're getting informed on what's happening in real time. Now, guess what has taken over with that? Social media. Everyone is
Yeah.
on X, Facebook,
I
whatever.
got you.
So as things are happening, if I'm in Nyari, I'm posting in real time. So
Yeah.
everyone is a journalist as long as they have a
Phone.
social media platform. So I don't have to tune to 101.6 to know what's happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was one. Number 2 was music. Now, radio had programming all through the day. They had shows. That's why there was a reggae show here. There was a hip hop show. There was a hits show all through the day.
Yeah.
So now I'd go online and also know what the hottest songs are.
Yeah.
Because back then,
They set the pace.
how
They're
else
trendsetters.
would I listen to music? Go buy
Radio.
a
A
CD. Amanini. So if a song drops today, if I already bought a CD, I don't have it on my CD. Now, guess what? Everyone is on Spotify, on Boomplay, on what? There's even free streaming platforms. Free, bro. So now I don't need to go to 98.6 to listen to
0.6
music.
imemuma. 11.6, 98.6.
To listen to music. So that's number 2, Cindy. The third thing, conversations.
Oh, God.
Now I'd go online because there's specific presenters at different times, and I love banter. Like I'd get very quick, nice banter, all through the day.
Yeah.
Now, currently, I don't have to go to 87.6 again to listen to conversations. Actually, I can curate the podcast that I like. Like if I'm into crime, there's a podcast for me.
Yeah.
Mention it, there's a podcast
True.
for me. If I want banter, and I can listen to whatever banter I want at my
Anywhere.
convenience.
Yeah, that's what
Then
I'm
people
saying.
realized radio is very micro.
If you miss 11 to 2 of your favorite show, that's it. You won't find it anywhere. It's done.
Even that aside, nothing can ever be comprehensively discussed on radio because
There's
links is
2
1.5 minutes, 2 minutes because you have to play an ad, you have to go and
advertisements.
ad.
Do what?
Then people realized, we can sit here and talk about one topic for 2 hours. So we can dig deep.
yeah.
Like I can get more out of conversations.
Yeah.
So then tell me why someone now, that's why radio is dying, bro. Because what is the purpose of radio? Especially urban radio. To a kid who has a smartphone.
Hajalipiwa Spotify. Get you, yeah.
Boomplay, like a kid who has a smartphone. Tell me why they need radio, bro. Because now people would be like, I don't have a smartphone, but I have a smart TV in the house or have a laptop.
Yeah.
Basically, people have ways of accessing
You have
things. bro.
you have alternates.
Because also like all radio shows, or at least the successful ones, the big ones, have cameras in studio and the videos end up online.
Yes. So you're like, okay. And clearly, not most of them, even online, are doing well. Because they've kept that same format, bro. The format is the same. It's to snippets of things. And so me, I'm like, so the Kanye discussion, that's it. You think we can discuss the Kanye discussion in 1 minute, bro?
We'll even discuss it.
We'll even discuss it.
Can't. Because this can't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why radio is losing it. That's why I'm telling you, this motherfucker died a long time ago, man. RIP radio.
I can officially join you on that If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
Anyway, that's it from my end. You guys have anything else you wanna cover?
Nah.
Okay.
I'm straight.
Anyway, episode 255. We are
Over 26. This is the Bagger Podcast.
This is the Brunch Club.
Over 26. Welcome back to
The mics are closed.
Now, when you watch it, you'll understand.